Good evening, folks, and welcome back. I am, of course, Mirthful Matt, your faithful editor for the evening, as we return to our beloved Sunset City and our friends, the Mythfits, and we are going to be joined by a very special guest tonight. I am looking forward to you folks getting a chance to meet them along with the rest of us. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get some introductions going while we get our last pieces into place for tonight. First off, leading charge is our very own party crasher, Celeste. How you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. I am ready to see what our new friend has to offer us, and I am ready to bring the party. I'm super excited. Let's go.
Nice. Very, very nice. And somebody who is very familiar with parties and dealing with all manner of such things. We're going to kind of loop back around here. Wally playing Turbine.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Wally. Of course, I'm playing Turbine, he, him pronouns. Also, I use my he, him pronouns. I am very excited to meet this special guest star for this issue and how Turbine, the Eternal Grump, will react to them.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to be sure. And somebody who's definitely measured and simple in all of their reactions to things. Mythos, as played by the wonderful Pope. How are we doing tonight?
Again, we're just so subdued. Um, but in all truth, it is so good to be back here. It is so good to be back with these Mythfits and back in Sunset City. I am here for the youthful heroics, the bad life choices, the complications, and the occasional times when things go right. I am so hyped for this crossover event. You have no idea. With that, like Arthur, I will slink back into the shadows and probably end up talking to myself and my potted plants.
Well, that can happen sometimes. Um, Somebody who definitely doesn't talk to themselves at all about things, having to talk themselves through things. Uh, Hussar, as played by Christy.
Hey guys. Isla's gonna have a time, I think. And those emotions that she sees everywhere, you might see hers. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, very, very interesting.
Mhm.
Somebody who really wears their emotions on their sleeve. Sapphire Sirius, as played by Corey Smarks. How you doing, Corey? Oh, you're muted, Corey.
Yeah, yeah, I just noticed. Yeah, I'm doing great. I can't wait to get started once again. Yeah, this is going to be really awesome. I can't wait to see what Captain Power over here brings to the table. It's going to be great.
Fantastic, fantastic. And last but absolutely not the least, we do have our very special guest star here, David, Mr. Banana Socks himself, playing Captain Power. Please elaborate.
Hello, I am Mr. Banana Socks. He, him. I'm playing Captain Power, also he, him. And it's pretty cool because I saw all of these faces on my screen just a little bit ago, watching them play this wonderful Masks game. And now I'm in their wonderful Masks game, and I hope I do not disappoint. But I am excited to be here.
We are very, very happy to have you here. It is going to be a heck of a time where we're going to see how Captain Power fits in with our Mythfits here real shortly. One last thing before we jump into our issue tonight. If you check down below, you might notice we have some panels down there that can tell you how yes, you, dear readers, can affect the story. If you just click on, you can make a donation of your choice, and the world itself will be at your command. You can choose and help our Mythfits succeed. Or you can help with the editor. I'm okay with that. I'm not choosy. Either way. So, if you are having a good time and you want to help out, feel free to click on those below. Otherwise, let's get rolling. So, it's been a little, it's been a minute. And when we last left off, our heroes had dealt with both the Speed Demon and the Black Knights. And there were some issues with that. Um, it it went okay. It could have gone better, but at least everybody got out of it. Well, it's been a couple weeks since those events. And we are going to check in first. Um, I feel like checking in first with Party Crasher Elodie. Where do we find Elodie this wonderful warm afternoon in Sunset City?
Elodie was never much one for the heat. But she is out and about. She is, rather than on her bike, she is on some rooftops. She's on one very specific rooftop. It's not her old building. It's a couple blocks down, but she can see her old building from there. And from this vantage point, she's looking in on her dad and her Rennie and her Fetch.
Is there
Because
anything?
after,
Oh,
go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
After Mom died and after Joey died, she didn't go back there, and she hasn't interacted with Dad and Rennie since what happened. But they've been interacting with her, or rather her Fetch. And sometimes she just has to remind herself what she's doing this for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So she's just watching in. I see you're kind of looking in the panel, and then maybe they're doing what are they doing right now? Are they doing dinner or
It's time for Elodie's weekly hair change. So they're redoing the shave on either side of her head, and they're deciding on a new color for the week. Well, they do the color every other week, but this is a color week. Maybe blue, maybe purple, we don't know. And she's watching.
ah? And does she feel anything when she watches this?
The largest part of it is regret, because she knows she made a very rash decision in her deal with you know who.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't totally her fault. I mean, she was kind of coerced into it. But she did make the decision, and it was a very permanent decision that she made in a moment of high emotion. And she sometimes, especially at times like this, wishes that she could take it back.
Mm-hmm. And as you're watching this, that's when you hear something land on the rooftop behind you. It's not super loud, super janky, but it's definitely the sound of something heavy set coming to a landing behind you.
I don't think it's Sapphire. My knee jerk is Sapphire, but I don't think it's Sapphire.
Nah, Sapphire's a
Yeah.
little too skinny to be heavy set.
Yeah, Sapphire does not land like this. You know the sound of
No,
the sound of
I land gracefully.
No. I don't want to turn to look, but I should. I will. I'll turn to look.
Yeah, as you turn to look, what you see is a figure in dark armor, but this is not the Black Knight. This is somebody different. Their armor has green, what looks like circuitry pulsing across it. Uh they have this crimson inlined cape draped across their shoulders. Uh, the gauntlets are bulky. Uh, and they have a pair of swept back antenna coming off, along with a uh like this monocle fix on their helmet. Um, and as they're looking you over, trouble going home,
It's not my home anymore.
but it could be.
No, it really can't. Who the hell are you?
Name's Darkstrider. I'm a fixer, of a sort.
Well, I'm not really looking for work at the moment, but I have a feeling work's looking for me. What do you need?
Just want to help in exchange for help. That tends to be how this sort of thing works. All you have to do is just not show up when a fight's about to break out.
I take it there is going to be a fight.
I mean, I can't say everything, but
Of course you can. So if I don't show up, you do what exactly?
I do what I'm supposed to do. Nobody's gonna get hurt.
Right. That's really vague.
Look, I don't get paid to talk in specifics a lot of the time.
I know, and I'm used to vague. But not this kind of vague. Fine.
All right,
It better be worth it.
I'll make sure it's worth your while. Here. And he holds out his hand, and this little stick juts up out of it. Just a fob.
Right. I'll take it.
When that one goes off, take some time. Stay at your loft. Talk to your raven a little bit.
Sure.
Have fun. I think they're going with blue this week. And he lifts off slowly.
I'm gonna head to Tequila Sunset. Like right now. Like after he's out of sight. But
Sure.
right now.
Absolutely. Are you gonna call anybody else or anything like that along the way, or
No. I'm
No.
gonna look into this on my own at the moment.
seems good? Seems real good. Excellent.
They don't need to know yet.
Nah, I don't think they do. I think I want to go talk to. Let's go talk to Sapphire. Sapphire sounds good. Next. Sapphire, where are you this afternoon?
Well, currently, Sapphire is sort of flying around trying to get some info. Because basically, the last thing that he's been doing lately, he's been trying to figure out more about this Excalibur that Celeste told him about. Now, he hasn't necessarily mentioned to her that he's going and looking for it, but he's been just going from place to place, just trying to find out more information on what this thing is, where it came from, and that would probably actually he would probably actually try and find that in the House of Secrets, actually. Somewhere in like the archives where, uh, where you go to try and find the location of mythical treasures. And yeah,
Okay.
he's somewhere deep in the House of Secrets right
Okay, cool. So, gonna rewind that just a hot second.
now. All right,
So you're going to the House of Secrets. How are you
right.
getting into the House of Secrets?
Well, there are like different doors that lead to it, right?
Uh, Not the House of Secrets so much. The House of Mystery is where you have places that lead in. The House of Secrets is more about seeing and hearing. So it's got a lot
Right,
of
right,
mirrors and pictures and phones and that sort of thing. So
right. So now actually, I'm confused now. Whichever one was the one that he's been in before, like was it the
so
House of Mysteries
it
or
would
the House of
it
Secrets?
would be the House of Mystery would be the one you'd be in. You'd be going into
Okay,
because
well then,
you
yeah,
do have a room in there. So
so yeah, he's going somewhere he's actually somewhere deep in the House of Mysteries, rather, not secrets.
okay.
So
That's slightly less hazardous. Let's put it that way.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, Mythos, you are going to be aware that Sapphire is in the House of Mystery because you just are. We know this.
Okay, so probably in the safe for work library. Um, that means the books don't try and kill you. Uh, so the safe for work library looks like it was made by a 1970s college professor with way too many books, too much time, and an awful lot of money. Um, there's just random pictures of old men with no labels that deck the occasional wall space that's not taken up by books. Um, the books are varied and aren't very well organized, except for this giant wall that just is all those discarded copies of Guides for Dummies, which just that's an entire wall. Um, but you find everything in there, especially the stuff that people lost when they moved, just shows up here and ends up in a pile.
So many trashy romance novels.
Oh, dude, I use them for fire starters.
So many left socks.
We don't mess with the socks. That makes the gremlins angry.
The
So
gremlins
many
use those for
talkies.
clothing. Okay, great. So, what in particular, which book have you got open right now?
Right now, I have got Arthurian Legends for Dummies open up, and then he's like looking into it, uh, and yeah, he's just reading through that.
Okay. Um, I think in this case, let's go ahead and roll this up. It's a kind of an assess the situation here. I feel like that's what we're trying to do to a certain
Right.
extent. So, let's go ahead and roll that.
Okay, that would be situation. That would be a superior, right?
Yes.
Ooh, first roll of the night.
Already off to a rollicking start. So yeah, you get a couple of questions off of this. You get two questions.
All right. So the first question that I would want to figure out is where is the most recent known location of Excalibur?
Oh, let's fit this in a modify. Let's modify this here because assess the situation has specific questions that we ask
All
on
right,
this. So what I would say is the question you're probably wanting to ask would be here can I use to find Excalibur?
right. What here? That's much better. What could I use to find it?
So, what you can use to find Excalibur? Um, last known location of Excalibur. It depends on which legends you decide to follow, because like the For
True.
Dummies thing says, like, well, Excalibur has a lot of different names, and it also is referred to or used as allegory in several other legends here, and it lists them through all the way up to like some weird TV show in the 80s that was about King Arthur getting resurrected as a cyberpunk knight thing.
I'd watch that.
We all
There
would.
was one with the football team.
There was the one with the football team.
Yes, that one.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, damn it, that earworm. But also, Excalibur has been a allegory for the Cup of Christ.
Mhm.
One of the nails
Which gets
that pierced
really
Christ,
confusing when they talk about the Holy Grail as
and
well.
then Excalibur has also been used as allegory names for like the Spear of Lu. If you want to get the Tuatha involved, it gets messy.
It does. It does. So very messy. But what can you use to find it? The one thing you can use to find it. Oh, that's a really good question. I imagine you need the Lady of the Lake. She's the only one who's going to be able to really point you in the right direction.
Right. Lady of the Lake. So, yeah, I get 2 questions, right?
Yes, correct.
Right. So my second question, of course, would be, what do I need to do to find the Lady of the Lake?
Okay, so that would be
Which filing cabinet is she stuffed into in this House of Secrets?
Well, in the House of Mystery, the Lady of the Lake. That's a tough one. Well, I mean, it's not tough in the sense that you know if you could search all of England, you probably have a chance of finding her, or at least a way to finding her. But well, that is still a bit of ground to cover.
Yeah, it sure is. And it's a pretty far away distance, too.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
here,
From Sunset City, that's it's not quite the opposite end of the world, but it's
right.
within spitting distance.
Yeah. It's definitely over the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a few days worth of travel, and you gotta go, and you gotta worry about air traffic control. And
Right. Well, but I do have a ship, so.
why do you think I mentioned air traffic control?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Might try to shoot me down. Like, that wouldn't be good.
Oh, they won't shoot you down, not immediately.
Right. But, so, yeah.
So,
Lady of the Lake. Yeah, it's probably going to be a hard one to find. Where exactly is Mythos at the moment?
I think I love our comic book battles. I'm like, I just seeing Sapphire go, like closing the book. Where's Mythos?
Yeah.
And then we turn the page, and Mythos is in this dusty greenhouse, with all these different succulent plants, watering them, um, going and speech bubble. Okay, now Ted, we discussed this. You have to slow the growth down, otherwise I have to replant you. And we cut to a panel where we see that all of these succulent plants are planted in different coffee cups, and there's one named Ted Piccolo that is almost bursting through their cup. But then there's like the sound for clang, like a little bell rings.
mm-hmm.
He pauses what he's doing, moves, and goes, okay, same time tomorrow, and opens the door, closes it, walks, stops for a second. You can wait a second. Just want to know that I miss you. Taps a photograph of him in Orchid, and then heads off to the library.
Um, so yeah, as soon as Sapphire like notices, like, he hears him coming into the library, like, oh, speak of the devil, he just sort of hovers up towards Mythos, like, hey, Arthur, I've got a question. Do you know anything about the Lady of the Lake?
Obtuse, hard to find, Arthurian. Last known location was either somewhere in a lake in the borderlands of Scotland, a lake somewhere within the mists of Avalon, or out in a bay towards Jersey. I can't remember which.
Man, that's a lot of ground to cover. Well, we desperately need to find her. I'm trying to find Excalibur. So maybe
Why do
we
you
can
need
start
Excalibur?
There's a flashback panel here of Elodie telling Sapphire, you can't tell anyone else about this. Do you understand me? Nobody else can know. The less people know, the better.
Yeah, and it just comes back. It's a secret, but it's very important.
Well, considering that Excalibur is attributed to being able to cut things at the molecular level, I would hope it's important.
Yeah, really, really important. I mean, like life and death important.
There's a problem with what you just said.
Uh-oh.
Rule number 47 of Hellwarden. If it's a secret, you gotta tell somebody. Otherwise, it ends up across his desk.
Well, if it's going to end up across his desk, then I guess he already knows. So he would.
If he already knows and I don't, you're in luck, which means you get to keep your secret for now. Walks off towards this litter pile of maps. Excalibur. This is a place to start, but I can't really get you anything more narrow. If you're trying to find the Lady of the Lake in Excalibur, you need to make some very specific introductions. And you either have to meet with the inheritor of the title Merlin, which this map leads to him. Good luck finding the corollary within the astral plane or this one. Or I have to go and take you to Grandmama. You don't want to meet Grandmama.
Well, I mean, she can't be any worse than what's that word? What's that word?
Yadviga?
Yeah, Yadviga. She can't be any worse than Yadviga. I've met a grandma before, and she seemed really nice.
Mab is not nice. Mab is Mab. She is all at once Queen of the Winter Court, Queen of the Shadow Court, the Baba Yaga, and the most gorgeous woman in all of Fairy. So, Grandmama is not to be trifled with. The only reason I'm on her do not eat list is because it's weird. A previous future me did her a solid.
Yeah, that is gonna make things difficult. I didn't know she eats people. That's gonna be a problem.
Eats is a figurative term here. More like we need to have movie night. I need to show you Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I think I lead him out of the library at that.
And I think that
And
is a
so,
perfect point for
and
this to come through.
at the like before, right after he leaves, Sapphire like pulls up that little crystal thing that like opened up that screen. Remember the one that he used to contact that other Lithian with?
Mm-hmm.
He opens up the screen. This little diamond-shaped screen comes up, and he types in "Raiders of the Lost Ark." Dun, 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 and he starts streaming it as he walks out.
Excellent. I think for the next bit we cut over to, I think we're going to go to the underground. Isla.
I suppose it's one of the open mic nights.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I dragged Marvin there with me because he only comes for me. He doesn't like anything else there.
I don't. I really don't. I mean the coffee's okay, but that's about it.
Well, all right. So just sit here, drink this. I'll only be a minute. I've been working on this. Just I've been working on this hard. Okay, just act like it's good.
Oh no, I mean your stuff is great.
I know when you're lying. And then I just go and I walk up to the stage. Hello. Hey, everybody. I'm Isla. I don't know if you remembered me from last week, but I've been working on this and I just want you to hear it. And I just looked directly at Marvin the entire time.
He has like one of those little tiny little tiny like cappuccino glasses. He's just like awkwardly holding it up slowly, trying not to spill it.
It's so small in your hands.
Yeah.
Okay. The emotions are always so strong when from the others who feel them. It rips and tears inside me, but I can only subdue it so long. The colors of hate, sadness, and grief hang like vines on a wall. They wrap around my bones until nothing is seen at all. Instead of falling prey, I absorb and consume. It's what I was meant for, to be the end of all this doom. Thank you. And then I just run back to Marvin. I'm like, okay, I need some more coffee. Thank you. Bye.
There's
Yeah.
some scattered bits of applause.
I take a little sip of Lex, I mean poetry is not much my thing. But that was pretty.
You're pretty. And I just kind of like lean into him. I'm like, okay, thank you for coming.
I'm not sure how to take that, but yeah, you're welcome.
Just shut up and hold me.
Yeah, right. And he like puts his arm around her, and he takes a sip of his coffee. You all right?
Yeah. It's just, I haven't really spoken to Elodie since, and I understand why. She might be over it. She gets over things pretty quickly, depending on how many drinks she's had. But, I can't read her, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, look. Believe me, I know what it's like to have a temper.
No.
I myself have anger issues. I like to think I'm not the most calmest person out there. I fly off the handle every now and then. But give people space and then they'll eventually, they'll say something to you. Give them at their own time and own pace, It's speciality. I mean, just let her sober up.
Do you think she thinks I'm gonna ruin it for her? Am I gonna hurt her chances of doing what she needs to do?
Honestly, I'm the last person to really ask about this because I mean, look, me and Ellie, we bump heads a lot. You know, I don't hate her and she doesn't hate me. I mean, we argue all the time though. But I don't think that. I don't think that. I mean, she's got a good head on her shoulders. She's not the one to type to instantly just shut you out just because you're going against her or something. I mean, I know this much about her. She's not the type to just leave us high and dry because things aren't going her way.
Isla momentarily shuts her eyes because she just realized that she opened up to Marvin as Hassar.
The thing is, Marvin doesn't realize it. He just thinks her and Elodie are having an argument.
Mm. You know what? I'm gonna talk to Elodie. I'm gonna go call her right now.
Wait,
and
I legit
I just go to-
said, I legit
I-
just, I
I-
just, Issa,
I went to the
I
bathroom,
just
bye.
said, okay.
And I just go to the bathroom and I text Elodie and I'm just like, I just made a big boo-boo. I need you to do something for me. As soon as you see Marvin, just wipe away the time at the underground with Isla, please. I know we are on bad terms. Love you, bye.
So like Marvin's like watches her go. He's like, I legit just said to not talk to her. I don't know why she's up and running around talking to her now. There goes my advice: talking to a brick wall. Sometimes she's beautiful, wonderful woman, but man, stubborn. He takes a sip of his coffee.
Awful stuff. And we are going to cut to outside the underground. Adam! I know, shocking, right? What are you up to this now late afternoon stretching into the evening?
That's a good question. I think you see Adam Bradford. He is a white male, dark black hair. He is wearing a Dare shirt, you know, the black with the red lettering. And I know a lot of kids wear that ironically today, but Adam Bradford is wearing it very unironically. He has some cargo shorts and he has just sneakers, just generic sneakers that are easy for the artist to draw. And he's walking down the road. I think he is probably coming home from, I guess, school. Is it a weeknight?
Yeah, we're gonna say it's a weeknight. It's probably like a Friday night. Sounds about right.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I think he's coming home from school, walking home, and as he's walking home, he is passing by his best friend, Brandon's house.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it is getting late, and he should get home, and it's dinner time, and he has to do chores and help with homework, or has to help with chores, do homework. Because Adam is definitely one of the kids that does his own homework. But as he's walking past Brandon's house, he kind of stops, thinks, I mean, I'll just be really quick. And then he sprints and runs into Brandon's house to check the newest game on the newest console that Brandon has.
Yeah. And Brandon's there, and he's kind of surprised to see you. It's like, I thought we were gonna meet up this weekend.
Well, I mean, I was on the way home, and I just thought, you know, real quick, let's just play a match, just real quick. Please, Brandon, please.
Okay. But you know you're gonna lose.
Sir, I believe you are forgetting who is the master at Smash Sisters. And then he walks into the room.
Whatever, man. Not like you can beat me when I've got the Princess Power.
And I think as he's walking in, he sees Brandon's dad, Terrence, on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
And Terrence, I didn't say this before. Brandon is a black kid about the same age as Adam, and Terrence is a very large, muscular black man. And I think Adam walks past him in the kitchen, and there's this, I don't know if you would necessarily say tension, but there's this strange moment between them. And then Adam kind of nods his head. Mr. Howard?
Adam?
Just here to play a little Smash Sisters?
Yeah. Have fun with that.
Yeah. And he's like kind of walking out of the room backwards with his hand behind his back. You doing anything later?
Friday night. Poker night with the boys.
Yeah, me too. And then I duck into the room.
And Terrence rolls his eyes. Knowing nobody else is around. That boy just has no sense of subtlety. And he heads to the study.
Yeah. And then I play some Smash Sisters with my best friend Brandon.
Absolutely.
But just a quick match.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do lose the first one, I add one more, Brandon. Just one more. And I will probably be late to dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There is one match more, and you will be late to dinner, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Your mom chid you. Your father is a little harsher with it. Not super bad. Not enough for punishment, but it's, you're always spending time over that damn boy's house.
He's my best friend. What am I supposed to do?
Come home on time for once. Can't have you out there with all of these weirdos running around.
Yeah, I know, Dad. I got you. Let me go upstairs and change real quick, and I'll come make my dinner.
Better late than never, I suppose.
And then Adam runs upstairs, is changing, and as he's taking off one shirt, putting on another, we see a panel of his belt buckle, but it is not a typical belt buckle. It is kind of a interesting octagon shape with a prism of colors inside of it. And Adam kind of takes it off and looks at it for a second. Yeah, a bunch of weirdos running around. And then, if I may be so bold, I think Adam hears a siren in the distance.
Sure, we can do that.
And he looks out the window, and he puts the belt back on. And he says, "It's time to power up. Captain, power up!" And he smashes the belt buckle, and I think we see a panel from outside of the window, this little, all these colors shooting out of the window. And then we see a dark shape shooting out from the window into the night. And I think that is what Adam is doing tonight.
It's good. It's good that Adam's doing that tonight. We go back to the underground.
Isla just walks out and she's like, yeah, it's okay. I just shot her a clear text. It'll be fine. Do we hear the sirens outside?
Yes, you do.
That's you, right?
Yeah, it's me. Look.
Okay.
He stands up and he puts his hands on our shoulders. He's like, look, I get it. You're probably having an argument right now. Believe me, just give people space. Don't worry if she doesn't reply to your text anytime soon, all right?
I hope she does.
So, of course, I mean that's what you hope, that's how the friendship, is fixed. But look, just I'll text you later, all right? And he gives her a kiss and he heads out. And he doubles back and puts out $5, then he heads back out.
Isla just watches him leave and then immediately just busts out her ring. Arthur, is this something I need to be worried about?
Worried about what?
Oh, the fact that I just keep forgetting around Marvin.
Eyes flash purple for a second. Eventually.
Great, come pick me up.
Okay.
It's like my favorite way to get around town is just calling Arthur.
Turbine,
Yes.
you are headed towards the sound of the sirens. As you do so, you see a cop car go arcing end over end above your head.
I instantly jump up, grab the cop car, and catch it so that it's between whatever it was about to hit into is between me. I'm between it and whatever the impact was, just to kind of catch it. And I slam back into I'm guessing a pavement. I want to think.
Something like that. I feel like this is a defend. I feel like I want to see some defense here.
Okay.
That is a
That's not too bad.
7. That's not too bad. So it costs. So you expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
I definitely don't say I expose myself to danger.
Okay. So you get crushed into the pavement by the car, which will lock you up. And that's when you hear screeching as somebody, as you see several figures come running towards you.
I look up to see what these figures are, and I'm kind of trying to push the car up off of me as I'm doing this.
They appear to be people, but they have snouts and claws and scales.
I instantly get up. I'm like, all right, look, you giant pack of uglies. This is the last thing I really need right now. I really want to get back to my day with my girlfriend, and you're really ruining my evening. So how about we make this quick and we end this right now? And he brings his foot back after he pushes the car off of him. He brings his foot back to kick the car at one of these things running at him.
Okay. I want to say, I feel like that's directly engaging a threat, potentially.
Sure is.
Let's go.
And I would like to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just directly engage him.
Sure. Hey! Seems pretty good.
Ooh.
So you get a couple options there.
Let's see. What should I take? What are my options for this?
So the options you have here are to resist or avoid their blows, take something for them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'm gonna go with surprise them. Intimidate. Is intimidate one of them? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'm gonna go with frighten.
Right. Okay. So you get that, and you get one other thing.
Oh, right. Also, I would like to resist or avoid their blows if they are about to attack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They absolutely. They let out another screech, and they're attacking us as pack.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you managed to bat some of them aside, and probably like bodily hurl one away as it tries to leap on you.
Nice.
And they back off, hissing. And as they hiss, one of them, like, these frills come out from the sides of its head.
Clever girl. And he just runs at the one that has the frills coming out the sides of his head, and he speaks into the ring at the same time. He goes, all right, guys, there is a group of, I want to say dinosaur people. I'm assuming dinosaur people with pig noses out here in the streets. I kicked a car at one, and I'm about to punch another one. Lock on my location. And after he says that, he goes to punch the one that released the frills at him.
Okay. All right. So let's resolve this really quick, and then we'll shift over and see who gets the response. So give me another direct engagement on this. That is an 8, so you get one of the options.
I will say, definitely would to create an opportunity for my allies, because I called out, I did like let them know where I'm at, so I definitely would give them an opportunity.
Okay. So you get a chance to make that call out, but unfortunately, one of them does manage to just like pounce on top of you and start like scrapping away, trying to claw you up pretty bad. And as you're doing that, you hear it hiss, "Turbine!"
What? No. And I punch it in the face when it says that.
Excellent. And we're actually going to cut back, since they were already en route. Captain Power, you arrive on the scene.
Yeah.
There appear to be somewhere in the realm of about a dozen. You think they're people? They look like people from kind of your angle currently on the rooftops. They're running around and causing havoc and chasing people. Looks like they're trying to eat a couple people. The cops have already like formed a perimeter to keep them from like spreading out and causing too much more damage, but
Okay. So we have that panel of Turbine smashing that one in the face, and then we have a panel of all the monsters going around and doing everything.
Sure.
And then you hear, "Never fear, citizens! Captain Power is here!" And then we see this flashy costumed person flying through the air, lands on one and kind of jumps and lands in the middle of them. And we see this young man in a, like I said, flashy uniform, mainly red with some blue on the shoulders and on the thighs, with some white highlights and white gloves, a helmet with a black visor and a little silver mask, and a yellow or gold scarf trailing off, very anime-esque in the wind. And he lands in a 3-point landing, and he says, "Don't y'all know eating out is getting expensive? It's a school night." And then Captain Power is going to do some cool acrobatic flips and punches as he takes on these beast men.
Cool. That sounds like a direct engagement of a threat, so go ahead and roll your danger.
Let's roll a danger. I hope it was good.
That is a 7. That's not bad. I mean, you get one of the options. You can resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'm going to protect myself from their blows. And I think, so we have like these panels of Captain Power like jumping with knee first into one's face, and then chokehold around another, digging them into the cement, and then jumping over to and bashing their faces together, and just a lot of cool acrobatic poses from Captain Power.
All during this, like, as soon as Captain Power landed and made himself known, like, everybody's holding the jaws of this thing biting down at him, and he's like holding in place. He's like, huh. And he headbutts the thing and then throws it off of him.
Yeah, and Captain Power, you're managing to, dip and dodge and weave, and beat these things, but you're not really doing like a huge amount of damage, unfortunately. Uh, Enough that they aren't able to really retaliate against you, but um, it's something. It's something. They're trying to leap in and get at you, but they aren't able to do so. The one with the frills
Quick,
on its
baby.
stick lets out a loud hiss and spits towards Turbine, and it lands just right past him, and the ground starts to sizzle and bubble. Who is the
Looks
next?
like you need a throat lozenge, buddy.
I would have probably said more of an antacid joke, but all right.
Who is our next hero to arrive on the scene?
That would probably be Sapphire. He got the call from the ring, and he comes flying in. And the first thing he does when he notices this, he's like hovering over them. He's like, "Lizard Man, I thought the Galactic Council said you weren't supposed to come back to Earth after that last fiasco." And he's like shoots this laser beam at one of the Dino people or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Would that be directly engage a threat?
That sounds like you're directly engaging a threat to me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Sorry, I keep forgetting that that you gotta do the oh crap.
Well, that's certainly a roll there, Sapphire. So
Good news. Mark potential.
yeah, you do get some potential off of that, though. That is fantastic.
See.
So you fire, and I think the shot ricochets and blows up a cop car.
No. like, oh man, I'm so sorry about that. Oh, please don't let anybody be in there. So he like flies toward the car to see if anybody was if there was anybody in the car.
Thankfully, there were no police officers in the car. They are on the other side. Like a few of them are off to the side, like now tending to the guys that got blown. Nice job breaking it, hero.
Sorry, I'll fix it. I know how to. It'll be better than ever. Right now, just keep doing what you're doing. We'll take care of this. And so he like goes right back to the like into the fray of things to basically go and help out Turbine, because he seems to have his hands full with that one guy who he's like trying to hold the jaws of.
That's actually perfect.
So yeah, actually Sapphire is going to try and attack that particular lizard man. Should I roll another directly engage? Or...
Yeah, let's see it really quick, and then we'll roll back this. And it is not Sapphire's night. Oh no!
No, it most certainly isn't.
That's another potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that
you're
is
wrapping
true.
up the potential, buddy.
So you're shooting more lasers at the at this dino person, yeah?
I won't let you infiltrate the government again. And he like start keep shooting at him.
Okay. I feel like what happens here is the dino person jumps aside and you hit Turbine.
Oh.
So
no.
Turbine
So-
takes the blast. And he gets
Sapphire's
blasted
like,
and he tumbles. It's like, damn it, Sapphire! Like this is like this isn't the first time this has happened kind of way.
Absolutely not.
It's like, sorry, dude. I'm just. Oh man, this is not my day. And so yeah, it's just So Sapphire is basically sort of panicking at this point. Oh man,
Yeah.
he's
Moment.
just shooting randomly at all these lizard people.
I'm gonna have you
Sounds
go
like-
ahead and mark. Let's mark the afraid thing. 'Cause I feel
Yeah, yeah, definitely gonna be afraid. Because like, he's got a history with reptilian aliens. Like they messed around with the in the Lithian Empire. They tried to destroy things up there. They're known for being a very destructive race, and that's what he thinks they are. So
After the panic panel, there's just this little yellow box. Please see Star Sapphire issue 13 for more information.
yeah, exactly. They're like
perfect.
like
And like as soon as Marvin gets hit and rolls, there's another panel of me and Arthur just walking out from a lamppost, and I'm in full gear. I'm like, what the hell?
Like, I think like as soon as they walked out from the side, you saw Marvin slam into that lamppost.
Yeah, you just see Isla or Hassar look around, and she's like, "Who's the new kid? Who are these guys?"
I don't know, but I just got shot by Sapphire. Fight the lizard people. And he like cracks his neck a couple times and runs back into the fray.
Okay, sounds like a Friday. Then Isla will just run in and try to protect Turbine in any way, since he's down for the count. Anyway, well, as down as he can be. He's like on one knee, breathing slightly
Yeah.
heavier.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you wanna defend him at that point.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Uh huh.
Okay,
Let's do that.
seems good.
Savior. Oh my goodness.
You also have influence over me too, so yeah, I think you may get a +1 towards that. right?
Oh, okay. So
Oh.
that I didn't add that, but that would make it a 7.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Okay.
So as a 7, so you expose yourself to danger, escalate the situation. So, which would you like out of those two options?
I do what? What do I do?
You may,
Expose myself to I'll expose myself to danger. Yeah.
excellent, excellent. So yeah, you just get bashed by a pair of dino people, and they're just starting to wail on you, and they hiss, "Turbine."
I look back at Marvin. Do they want you?
Look, a lot of people want to hurt me, so I'm kind of taking this as a normal day for me. And he pushes himself up to his feet, and he runs at one of those lizard people that's attacking Hassar, and goes to like grab them by the face and do like pretty much a choke slam them down to the ground kind of thing.
Okay, let's get a little direct engagement going on here. It's a 9. You get 1.
I guess he is definitely going to create an opportunity for my ally since he has his teammates around him again.
Okay, and yeah, since you're all here now, we get you your team pool, of course. So
Are we all here?
Oh no, Elodie isn't here. Oh no. Speaking of, actually, this is the perfect time.
Marvin, say good stuff about you.
Elodie, did you hear that call? Or are you on your way?
I heard the call, and I was at Tequila Sunset talking it over with. Did we establish a name for the Raven? I couldn't remember last episode.
Forget. No, I don't think we have. I think it's just the Raven currently.
Yeah. So she's talking it over with the Raven, and she's like, "Okay, he didn't strike me as Faye, but whenever this thing starts going off, he doesn't want me to show up. He wants me to just let what happens. I don't know. I told him, sure. I didn't say yes. I didn't say okay. I didn't say I will. I said sure. It's not clear language. So if there's any loopholes to be had, that's where it is. But I don't know. I don't know.
So you get the call to come. And then at the same time, the fob starts blinking.
I need to go look. I need to go assess the situation and figure out if this is worth it. He said he'd make it worth my while, but I've never met him before. I don't know if I can trust him. But at the same time, I don't know who he's in league with. If he's in with the wrong people, this could screw me.
What do you do?
I need to go look. I'm gonna go. I'm not necessarily going to engage, but I'm gonna go look.
Okay. So you go. Captain Power, how are you holding up over there?
I'm not making too much headway, but I'm looking flashy, and they're not touching me.
Yep, you are looking fantastic. Looks
Yeah.
like the others are having a little bit of trouble firing stuff off, getting beat on and chewed on by the Dano people.
Sapphire has literally like shape-shifted his hands into 2 Gatling guns, and he just
Captain Power is flipping over somebody as these bullets ricochet by, and he's like, "Are y'all like a team? Oh, so cool! You're a team. Oh man, am I teaming up? Is this a team thing?" And then he's gonna
help us.
If he's anywhere close to Hassan, she's gonna be like, yeah, keep that healthy positivity going, and she's gonna put a hand on his shoulder and then hold her other hand out to the lizard guys, and she's like, this is great. And just use that as like a fireball beam right at them. See what happens.
Awesome.
Booyah.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
you get two off the thing. What do you want?
Let's do. I'm going to frighten a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as like I blow it into them, they're just gonna like freak out and jump back a few.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna create an opportunity for Arthur.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Mythos.
Yeah, this fray's been going on, and I think he's with how dead set these things seem to be on causing havoc and grabbing Turbine. He's just been casually walking. Like, I'm just seeing this panel of like this punch with Captain Power, where Power ducks, the the claw goes right through as Mythos is just casually walking by. This sea of calm and all this chaos. I would like to be mindful of your surroundings and assess the situation.
Okay.
Whew, miss.
That is very unfortunate.
And highly unlikely.
These things happen. That's why we play the game.
No, but I think that's part of the thing that I think that plays into this is like he knows just about as much as there is to know about odd physiology.
Mm-hmm.
And he misses here. Now, one thing that's with be mindful of your surroundings is I get to ask one question even on a miss.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, the one thing he's going to ask is, What here is in the greatest danger?
Marvin. It's Marvin.
Just one confirmation.
Nuts.
And with that one moment of where he's just looking at everything and nothing's coming up, it's just the one thing is that the one commonality is Marvin. There's a quick speech bubble. Turbine, we've got to talk about all your colorful friends, as he then proceeds to whip the cape. And he's going to try and defend him as he sees one coming off a rooftop.
Well, here's the thing about that. You make that realization, you're able to get the comment off, you aren't able to get the defense going, and that's when you hear the sound of something in the air just shooting and flopping down, and this net encases Marvin. And starts to take off with him.
Oh, whoa! That seems like a bad thing. That's a bad thing.
So, all right. So, considering that like Sapphire is the closest to Marvin right now, he narrowly avoids this net, and he's just going like, "Oh no, you don't!" And he like flies up toward whatever this thing was that cast the net down. Was it like an aircraft, like a helicopter or something?
No, it's a man.
It's a man, like in the sky.
In a suit of black armor with green circuits and antennae,
So
a monocle, and a crimson inlined cape.
And he goes up to this guy and says, "Hey, so you're the one behind this. Who are you?"
Name's Darkstrider Kid. Just turn around and fly away.
"Can't do that. You're darkness, but I'm the light." And he tries to fire this huge, just like the biggest energy beam. Like, I'm talking Dragon Ball Z type stuff at this guy.
Please don't hit me, Sapphire.
No, well, the net is like, how close is the net to Darkstrider?
Well, like, the line is coming off of his gauntlet down below, and it's like, I would say 20 feet, 30 feet, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, he is going to not only fire like a normal energy blast, but he's like shooting this thing like directly out of the core crystal on his chest at this guy. So, I am thinking, would that be directly engage a threat or unleash your powers?
I mean, I feel like this is directly engaging a threat in this case. It could be an unleash if you were trying to do like something specific, like with regards to the environment or that sort of thing. But if you're just trying to blast him,
yeah,
that's
I'm just mostly trying to blast him out of the sky. So yeah, that's directly engage a threat.
Yep.
Situational ball. Oh yeah, I've got a penalty because of my fear.
You are afraid. And this fella here does kind of mighty intimidating figure.
Yeah, and he's still kind of creeped out because he's. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it.
Just swing for the fences.
Yeah,
that is indeed a 2. So,
and I miss.
So you, I would say, completely do unload.
Mm-hmm.
And when you finish, the smoke kind of goes away, and there's this glowing green shield around him, and he's like, "That's nice." And then he throws his other gauntlet up and just unleashes a Gatling barrage at you.
You gotta be kidding me!
And he starts to fly up and away with Marvin.
I am just struggling away in this net.
Is that take a powerful blow?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you take a powerful blow on this. This seems like a good time as any to do that.
And that is
plus conditions.
plus
That's
conditions.
plus the number of conditions. This is the one roll you want to fail.
Right. Oh, crap. And that's roll +2, right?
Well, it's conditions. However many conditions you have, that's what you roll.
Oh, I only have one condition.
So it's just +1. What? What happened? Oh no! Oh
I got a full hit.
Sapphire.
Fire! Oh
So
man!
you choose one. You must remove yourself from the situation. You flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or you choose 2 from the 7 through 9 list, which is
Okay, well,
lashing out verbally, giving ground, or you struggle and have to mark 2 conditions.
so let me see. Remove yourself from lose control of yourself. Powers are terrible. So I think I'm going to lose control of myself or powers in a terrible way, and and let's see. The 2 options from 7-9 is give my ground.
Well, you only choose one, so if you lose control of your
Right.
power... Oh,
It says choose. Oh, choose one. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna lose control of myself or powers in a terrible way. So what happens is this Gatling barrage that he shoots at Sapphire it narrowly misses his heart core thing, so it almost kills him. What it does is it just blows his whole arm off, and this crystal, it's just like this shattered crystal mess, like just jutting out the side of him, and he just tumbles. You're like, ah, pow! And when he hits the ground, that like shattered crystal part on the side of him just starts shooting out laser beams at random. It's just shooting just these beams out at everything.
yeah, it's pretty bad.
So
Uh, Seeing this,
he's like trying to hold it in, but it just shoots out.
What was that, David?
Oh, I was saying, seeing this, could Captain Power jump forward and try to use his energy absorption to contain this from hurting anybody?
Yes, but it is a take a powerful blow in this case.
Whoa!
'Cause
Okay.
this is uncontrolled energy
Oh, boy.
firing out of Sapphire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So seeing Sapphire fall to the ground, or this unnamed hero that I have no idea who it is, Captain Power is like, he has one dinosaur's face. He's just punching him, and he's like, "Oh no! Don't worry, buddy. I got you." And he's jumping, hopping, does this cool slide in between somebody's legs, and hops up. And he's gonna, if Star Sapphire is okay with this, he's gonna like wrap his arms around him and hug him, and then kind of putting his chest on that severed arm, and just trying to soak up all of this light energy.
Yeah, go ahead. He's
Absolutely
just...
take a powerful blow here.
Okay.
Oh man.
Roll low.
I hope you all liked Captain Power, because he gone. What do I roll for?
You roll plus conditions. So if you
it's
have no
roll plus
conditions, it's just
conditions.
straight 2d6.
All right, here we go.
That's an 8.
Okay.
So you get something. So you either lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and you mark 2 conditions.
I am going to struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions. So it's just like this cascade of light and spectrum, and you can see it like piercing past and going over Captain Power's shoulders and all this stuff, and he's just struggling to contain all this energy. Man, Captain Power's looking hurt. And do I get to choose which I mark?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's probably somewhere on. Where does he feeling right now? Does he feel like he's going to be able to handle this, or?
I'm kind of feeling insecure.
Okay.
It's insecure or afraid, or maybe both, since I have to mark 2.
You do have to mark 2, so I feel like insecure and afraid are a great combination in this situation.
Yeah. Because Captain Power is very new to this whole superhero thing.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he could do this, but this is hurting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a tough situation for an early night out. Whew. All right. Well, that's happening. Who's next? Who wants to jump on top of this? Mythos?
Uh, his mind is in two places. I think for a moment we see him have this crisis of conscience. And then we just see like this almost fog-like version of him just split off of him and is heading towards Turbine, but it's very slow. And then him rushing over to Sapphire and Captain Power, just hollering into the rings, "Hell Warden, I need you." And is going to reach into the coat of many things and attempt to pull out an answer. So I would like to unleash my powers, please.
You absolutely can.
Instead, he pulls out the question, and it is Renee Montoya.
Okay.
That would be an answer, most certainly.
That would be an answer. Not necessarily the one we want, but it's an answer. So
On a 7.
7-9. The effect is unstable or temporary. Okay. And I mark a condition. Cool. I think in this moment he's feeling incredibly guilty for leaving Marvin behind. And he manages to take out this large cold iron ring and just clamps it down on the stump. And in a moment, there's this bright, blinding flash, and the hemorrhage stops, but you can see that the ring is glowing and starting to crack.
Might need to fix that.
And like at
We
this,
need to go now.
and like even throughout all the Sapphire things, they got Marvin. You gotta save him. And like,
I've got to save the city first. Close your eyes. Hold your breath. And throws the cape over the both of them.
Wait, what's going on?
And is going to try and get them to the House of Secrets.
Okay. I'm going to say, let's up your savior and drop your mundane.
Mundane's negative, folks.
Because that ain't right, boy. Noble,
Ooh.
but it ain't right.
I think probably just as they're vanishing is when Elodie finally rolls up and gets a look at the situation. She's not herself, which, when is she ever?
Mm-hmm.
But she's not herself. She's, I imagine at this point she probably is making herself look like a cop or some kind of first responder.
Okay.
And she's gotten a good look at the situation. She's at this point probably seeing Marvin flying off in the distance. Mythos has just disappeared with Sapphire and somebody.
and Sapphire's missing an arm.
Where's Isla?
Isla is currently there's still some of the dino people. They've started running off away from this area, but there's still a couple left that Hussar is currently giving chase to, I feel like.
Yeah, she's giving chase, but she's also frantically looking after Turbine, just having a panic attack the entire time.
Y'all, this is the worst date night ever.
And she's kind of frozen for just a moment as she realizes who's flying off with Marvin and what's become of everybody because of this guy. And I imagine she pulls out the fob and crushes it. And then she grows some wings and takes off.
Dig it. We will see that catch up in just a moment. Hussar.
Yes. Okay, so are all the dino guys taking off running after them?
Yeah, I mean the ones that aren't beaten to unconsciousness. There were a couple of them that could get knocked
Okay.
out in the fray.
Well, I'm sprinting as hard as I can in the direction that they've taken Turbine, but I am way behind and I can't see anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of slow to a stop. And I just fall to my knees and I kind of just stare. And then I'm gonna start walking backwards and I'm gonna run away from the situation.
Okay, I believe that clears the condition.
Yeah, the tickets rid of my afraid.
Brutal. But valid.
Yep.
Turbine will remember that. Speaking of our man in distress.
I am just in this net. Like, how is it like one of those, like, because I mean, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing it's like one of those kind of nets that, like, as soon as it grabbed me, it like does a shrink wrap around me.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. And I'm guessing like the materials like this, like unique carbon kind of stuff.
Supermetrium or something like that. It's what they
Yeah.
use to contain supers when they have to like throw them in one of the super jails.
Yeah, I'm like struggling against this net. Like, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna add that condition of angry to me because I am pissed off right now.
You know what? You are welcome to it.
And I am just struggling against this net, and I am like trying to like. It's probably like super constraining on me, so I'm trying to like cant my head up to see who the hell did this to me.
Mm-hmm.
Try to like get a look at them, trying to hear their voice or something or other, and I'm like, I don't know who you are, but after I get out of here, if whoever you are, I will find you and I will make you into a red paste on the pavement.
He does not respond. He's just flying on.
I'm continually like just struggling against this,
Mhm.
against the confines, like trying to like rip my way out of it. But I'm guessing it's just,
I mean, how hard do you want to fight this?
oh, I am really fighting hard against this. I'm gonna fight hard against it. I'm gonna like channel in like all my strength and try to bust through this thing.
Okay. I mean, if you're looking to do an unleash here, we
Yeah,
can do
I'm
that.
gonna.
All right, make it happen. Marvin gets it on the 9. So, it's either temporary or it's unwieldy in some manner, and you mark a condition. So, what I would say is you managed to get loose. You managed to get loose for just a moment, just enough to get your hands out for like 5 seconds, let's say. What do you do with those 5 seconds?
I shoot my hands out because like this is like what Marvin was made to do. And I feel like when that happens, as soon as his hand shoots out of the net, you see like the panel, like everything in the panel goes grayscale except Marvin. And you see like these you see like these text bubbles, like these text blocks appear, but it's in like his colors. And it says in one text box, it says, "These are the moments that time just slows down for me. I get really pissed off. I get into these situations where normally people will be hopeless, but for me, this is what I was made for. These are probably the longest 5 seconds of my life, and I'm not going to waste them." And you see his hand shoot out, and it goes to grab the. If Is he like using like rocket boots to fly?
Yes, absolutely is what
He's like, you see his hand shoot out, and it grabs the rocket boot, and he says, and you see the text block. It says again, it says, "It takes me 1 second to shoot my hand out of this net, and it takes at least half a second to grab onto this guy's boot. Normal human can crush. It takes about a lot of pressure to crush metal. I can push myself a bit further." And you see him squeeze down on the boot, trying to crush it and take out that boot's exhaust. And then you see the next text bubble. That's 2 seconds right there. I have 3 seconds left. What do I need to do? I need to brace myself, because if this worked, I'm going to fall hard. And you see him like shift his body inside of the net so that his shoulder takes the brunt of whatever is about to happen next. And then you see the text block again says, 1 second left. I got to pull my hand out, hand back in the net, because I'm going to hit hard. I'm going to hit the ground hard and fast. And then as soon as he pulls his hand back, you see the panel goes back to normal color.
Okay. So you reach out and grab and crush the exhaust, and where he was flying at a pretty decent clip before, it judders and shakes, and you do feel that instability and slight jerk as you drop. It's not a free fall, though. Party Crasher. You may not have been able to catch up when he was moving at full speed. He might have had afterburners or something going on. You can catch up when he's got a crushed boot, though. He's got a crushed rocket boot. What do you do?
I am full speed. I've like morphed my body to be as aerodynamic as possible. Full speed like a bullet. I am hurtling toward them. I see Marvin. I see the guy. I go for Marvin.
Okay.
I go for Marvin and I barrel into him full tilt. I'm probably breaking the sound. Well, maybe I'm breaking the sound barrier. Maybe I'm close to breaking the sound barrier. And I barrel into him and grab hold and keep moving and hope that whatever's holding is going to snap because I'm moving too fast.
Okay. So you're going to
and
try.
And if not, he's going to get dragged along and it's not going to be pretty.
Right. So to me, this sounds like you're trying to unleash your powers to a certain extent.
Probably.
I'm going to go with that.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. And those who know better.
Guys, gals, and non-binary pals tends to be my favorite.
Yeah.
That's 7. You get a little something out of it.
I get a little something.
Yep. What I'm going to say here is you're able to catch it. You're able to drag. You aren't able to snap, though, unfortunately. This thing is built for super antics of varying stripes. You don't have control over your arc, however. And that's how you end up in the side of a building.
I'm gonna turn and protect Marvin from the impacts.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take the full brunt of it.
You're gonna take the full brunt of it? Okay. First of all, I want you to roll a defend. We're gonna see if you can defend Marvin sufficiently from this shot, and then we'll have you take a powerful blow. This will determine whether Marvin has to take a blow as well.
Oh boy, that's fun. Another 7.
Okay. So you're gonna expose yourself to danger, escalate the situation. I definitely feel like this this is you exposing yourself to danger. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
so yeah, taking a powerful blow is absolutely going to be what you're doing here for yourself.
Okay, fantastic. I still have guilty marked from last game. That's fun.
I mean, that sounds about right for
Yeah.
all of our
9.
a 9, so you don't completely botch out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you get to lash out. You give ground. Oh dear, we'll be back in a hot second. So yeah, you give ground. You struggle past the pain, or you lash out verbally. What are you doing here?
I'm going to give ground.
Okay, so you're gonna come loose, unfortunately here,
Yeah.
and go out the other side of this building. This is going to get interesting. I think we're going to cut back to the House of Mystery. So you end up in the House of Mystery. What's now your big plan, hero?
So we bamf in. I see that I grabbed somebody that I didn't intend to. And Captain Power's there with me.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? This is definitely not 3rd Street.
No, welcome to the House of Mystery. Make yourself at home. Do not open any red doors. And is just like Arthur's not built, but in this moment the adrenaline's pumping. He is just fireman's carrying Sapphire, and heads straight to this black door. Turns the knob, kicks it open, walks in. They're now in the House of Secrets.
Mm-hmm.
This is the magic room. This is where you go when terrible things are about to occur, have occurred, or are occurring. There is a giant black marble altar, and just throws Sapphire down on the top of it. And with that, like, you can see that Mythos is just about spent. The door hangs open, and he just is. It's this sad panel of you see Sapphire splayed out on the altar. You see the ring, and it's about to fracture. Mythos is there, like on his knees in front of it. You cut to like a half face panels, like you can tell a tear is coming down his face, and he just goes, "Julian, please."
And there is that flash of colored lightning as Hell Warden comes in, takes one look at the situation. Shit! And immediately starts chanting, and he's pulling something out of his jacket and salving it onto Sirius's arm. Come on, Heart, damn you. Anybody doing anything else at this point?
I think.
Right. So, like, oh wait, is my mic still working?
You're good.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, Sapphire is basically like he's holding the splint thing, and he's like, "Sapphires, give me some sapphires, quick!"
We'll get them in you. This is just to stem the light for right now. And it starts hardening into this obsidian-like substance.
And he like sort of yells as this stuff like sort of starts growing like into him and like over, and it's like it's just a mess. But yeah, it stops the surge of energy that's just flying out of him.
Mhm.
And in this moment where Arthur is upset,
And
He
so
feels-
is Sirius, by the way. But
he feels Julian's got this.
Mhm.
He just snaps up straight and just turns with malice in his eyes towards Captain Power.
And you see Captain Power is standing next to a red door with one hand reaching out towards it. And then he like looks up and there's like the exclamation points around his head.
And you would think it's about the red door, but instead there's just this really like dark voice bubble. We don't usually see this from Mythos, but he rushes at slightly unnatural speed. There's after images of him as he comes right next to Captain Power, and he just with a hand shaking just grabs him by the shoulder, and he just goes, "What do you know about the Bureau of Observation?"
Not a whole lot. In fact, nothing. Where are we?
Nexus of all that is, all that will be, and all that never was.
Okay, that doesn't explain it a whole lot.
I need to get us back. Close your eyes. Hold your breath.
Why do I have to hold my breath?
And yeah, you go flying back, and we will cut back to Turbine.
So I'm falling?
No, you have landed.
Oh,
Very, very
nice.
roughly. The net has loosened because of this fall and because of the crash and several other things that, factor into a net suddenly deciding to not work.
I slam to the ground, and I like slam my feet up against the. I slam my feet up against the net, trying to like legit just rip it to shreds, try to bust out of it. And I am looking around for this guy to see where the hell he is at, because I am pissed off right now and I need something to hit.
Where has he gone? He is currently sprawled out against one wall of the building, and his circuitry is starting to fire back up.
I run at this guy, beeline at him, to just lunge myself at him and slam my slam my shoulder up against him and just plow my elbow into his chest.
Okay, so it sounds like that's a direct engagement to me.
But yeah, that's definitely deck engagement, and I'm definitely going to use the move in a China shop. So when I directly engage a threat, I can cause significant collateral damage to choose an additional option, even on a miss.
Okay. Wait.
Ooh, that's a 12.
Yeah, that seems like you might do some damage here.
So what he does is, I think the collateral damages is that because it's like up against the building, he just plows straight through the building's wall. Like he just grabs this guy and he just slams him through the building wall, and he keeps on going. So I will say that he takes 3 of these. So I take something from him. I like to say as I'm doing this, I hit him. Can I say that I hit him hard enough that I take away one of the functions of whatever this armor that he's wearing?
I can see that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm definitely going to try to frighten this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm definitely going to resist or avoid their blows because I am just holding onto them and just barreling through. I have not stopped moving. I am just continuously, I'm like straight up juggernauting this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have not stopped moving at all.
Absolutely. And so you fall to the roof of a smaller building, several stories down from where you've landed, or where you had initially landed. The circuitry is hissing and sparking, and you smell this unfamiliar chemical. And you hear the sound of like rockets misfiring. Like he's trying to get away, like he's trying to break the hold, but he can't do it because of the grip you've got. Elodie.
The second that I get my feet under me and get my bearings again, I'm moving back toward where they were. Back through the hole that I made, because that's the most direct path, and trying to figure out how I can help and where he needs me. I'm at this point where my face is sort of like morphing into like every 5 seconds it's changing. First it's the nose, then it's the eyes, then it's the ears, then it's the jaw structure. Like I'm just like my own personal like anti-facial recognition software, so to speak.
Nice.
But I just have this sinking feeling like he's gonna know it's me anyway. And like it's like a hot coal in my stomach that he's gonna know. But I'm doing it anyway.
Okay. And so you're coming at him like this?
Yeah.
Do it.
I'm just gonna hit directly engage and we'll call it just barrel into him full force. It's a 9.
You get 1. Resist or avoid, take something, create an opportunity, impress or surprise or frighten.
I want to make an opening for Marvin.
Okay, so you come in hot, and the monocle on his helmet like focuses, then widens, then focuses back in again. And as you're coming in for a blow, he gets his gauntlet loose of Marvin for a split second, and this flame shoots out and blasts you away. But it creates an opening for Marvin.
As soon as he holds his gauntlet up and fires that blast, and because he like took that opportunity to look away from me that one moment, that whole like narrative element again happens, where everything in the panel is like black and white except Marvin, and that instant you see that his arm goes up, Marvin brings his fist up and just slams his fist straight through that monocle eye. And he like slams his fist straight through it and like goes to try to open his hand up and grabs the guy's face underneath the helmet if there is one. And then he just like will go to like just slam them right to the ground hard. And I mean like hard, like you probably see like a crater form underneath the impact point.
All right, so 2 things. Party Crasher, I need you to take a powerful blow, because that's a bit of fire.
That's a spicy meatball.
Yes, it is. Yes, he is.
Spicier than the pepper flakes of Frizzetti's. Jeez. Whew.
Oof.
Oh, that's not what you want to see.
Big money? Big
Hate
money.
To see that. Hate to see that.
You'll love to see it.
Gosh.
Remove yourself, lose control of your powers, or you get 2 from your 7 through 9 list. Which, the going doesn't get much easier there.
I'm gonna remove myself from the situation.
Time to take off.
Actually, I imagine as the flames envelop me,
Mm-hmm.
it's too much heat.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much heat. It's too much heat. Hot, 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 and I just the closest water source I can find. I'm gonna beeline for it.
I imagine it's basically you just barreling right into a water tower and just
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. And then Marvin was directly engaging anew.
So should I roll for directly engage?
Yeah, because you're using that opening that party.
And
session.
I am 100% doing my China shot move also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mess with the bow.
Okay, that's a 9.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a 2 then.
Yup.
I'm going to. I guess I'm going to. I'm gonna say impress. Like I definitely try to impress or surprise. I'll surprise this guy.
Mhm.
No, it's not impress because it's like because I'm trying to like say he did not expect me to go this far. So it's like as soon as I do that,
Mhm.
and also I would like to say take something from him. I would like to legit just rip the helmet right off of this guy's face.
Yeah.
And as I do that, and after I rip the helmet off this guy's face, I slam his face into the concrete and I lean down and I say like into his ear, I said, I told you I would turn you into red paste on the concrete.
So, addendum, you rip the helmet off. It is just a massive jumble of circuits and wires and boards in there.
Ooh. In that case, because it's just circuits, Marvin cuts loose. He just rips the head right off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
He does not hold back.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was not going to kill, but at this point, since he knows it's not human and it's a robot, he just rips the head right. No, not even just rip the head off. He does a full out, like, rips the upper half of this robot body off.
And as you're doing that, it starts emitting this high-pitched whining noise that goes into overdrive, and the thing self-destructs. And I need you to take a powerful blow for me.
Yikes. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, that doesn't hold up. Oh no.
Oh wait, that's also it's a 9 because I had my condition because I'm angry.
Well, I mean, 8 to 9 isn't that much of a difference.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Oh. Wait 1 second. Something's being a little pain in my. There we go. Okay, cool. So with a 9, so you either lash out verbally, you give ground, or you shrug past the pain, or you struggle past the pain, I should say.
I mean, he struggled past the pain because this is Marvin.
Yeah.
He definitely struggles past the pain.
I mean, how many conditions does that stack onto you now?
I now have 3 of them. I'm gonna say 1. He is insecure because he looks up and now he realizes how much damage he caused because he lost his cool. Like, I mean, whatever this building is probably just wrecked.
Yeah, it was like an office building, and you just tore right through it. Like, as bad as the last one was, this one was just absolute devastation.
And also, I will say that he now has he has the guilty condition because he caused a lot more damage than he has ever caused in his entire life so far. And he feels really guilty about it, that he did all this. Like, he looks and he drops after the explosion happens. Like,
Mhm.
his jacket is like singed up, and he just drops whatever pieces that was in his hand, and his eyes are like wide because he's now realized it's like the adrenaline is going down, and he looks around, and he's just shocked at what he's did, and he's like just drops, and he just like kind of like slowly like backwards walks away, just like eyes wide in shock.
And that precise moment is when Captain Power and Mythos walk out from behind a broken column.
Breath. Oh, where are we? Oh, hey, we're back.
Just grabs him, shakes him. Captain Power, you want to be a hero? In that scrap pile over there, find us an answer. And then lets him go and rushes over to Turbine. I got you, buddy.
Like he like Marvin is just like backing up away like from this whole situation. He bumps into Mythos. He turns around like he's gonna throw a punch, and his like you could see like he's pale right now, like he's pale, and he's like I was just really mad. I was just really mad.
I got you. I got you.
He grabbed me, and I had to get out. I didn't mean to do all this. I didn't mean to do all this.
It just hugs him.
I didn't.
And then he pushes back. Where's Party Crasher?
I don't. Party Crasher was here. Where?
And he just immediately in that moment just rushes off away from Turbine. And I like to think there's this panel of him just on the edge of this broken building. And I would like to assess the situation.
Go right ahead.
Oh, penalties.
I'm having just a lovely time.
No. However, this is a mixed blessing. Because yay for being mindful of your surroundings. So I still get to ask one.
What you want?
What here can I use to find Party Crasher?
Celeste, would you like to help me out with this? What would have been left behind after that little crash?
Given that Elodie has a tendency to have this bit of a dramatic flair, I imagine that she was like stripping off her flaming clothing as she was flying through the sky looking for a way to get not on fire anymore. So there's probably a few, like maybe a shred of her leather jacket landed somewhere he can see.
He picks up the shred, and that last miss allowed me to fill my potential track. I'm going to use my moment of truth.
Oh, wow. That's a choice.
He takes the leather, and in this moment, a bunch of after images just start shooting off of him. Different colors, pale grays, blues, purples. He is Legion. There's one going over surveying the scene. The scene starts to play back. This fight has happened many times before. He has been here for every single one of them. He's there grabbing the sapphires out of an old pirate chest and just leaving them on the altar for Julian. He's all of a sudden over at the water tower, helping Party Crasher up. He's got the robe flowing around Hussar, saying, "Close your eyes, hold your breath," and immediately she's right there by Turbine. He's everywhere and nowhere. And in this moment, he brings the group back together. He mends the things that are broken. The building, the damage, the cars, everything in this moment is put right. And then it's no longer Sapphire that's on the altar. Sapphire's entirely patched with the rest of the group in the mended building. Mythos isn't there. He's on the altar.
And I will add one thing to this. No, we'll let that stand for right now. That's a good thing.
One last thing.
Mhm.
In Captain Power's hands, all of a sudden he finds the remnants of the mask. And there's a data feed that's running live for him to see.
What is this data feed of?
It's data on each of the Mythfits, but most specifically on Mythos. And this last flare of arcane energy almost shorted it out. Almost. But once that's over, it starts to fizzle and pop. Is there anything you'd like to do as this thing is burning itself out?
Captain Power feels way out of his element. He is afraid. He is insecure.
If you gotta be a little selfish, maybe you gotta be a little selfish.
I think I have to be. So Captain Power saw this awesome display from Mythos. He finds the mask with the data feed is in his hand. He sees just all this cacophony of stuff going around him.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said before, Captain Power is very new to all this. And I think as he's holding this mask, he lets it drop. I don't think I should be here. And then he is going to flee the scene to clear his afraid condition. I'm going to run from something difficult.
Ouch. Tough. But yeah, then so you guys see him holding that mask and it falls to the ground and fizzles and disintegrates away. What do you do?
Marvin, you good, man? You good?
Where was there anybody here? Did people get hurt? Did I hurt anybody? Oh God, did I hurt anybody?
Dude, I am not worried about that right now. Why did he want you? What did he want with you?
I don't know. He didn't say why. He didn't say why he wanted me.
What did he want you so bad for? And she almost says it, and she doesn't. She bites on her lip real hard, and she feels around in her pocket and feels the remnants of the fob, but she doesn't pull them out. He wanted you so bad.
Those dinosaurs were also saying my name. They were... I don't know. It feels like all of this was just one big setup just to come come after me. And he like just slumps down to the ground and like to his knees, and he's like, you see that he's visibly shaking right now.
And like it's at this moment that Sapphire like comes to, and he starts to realize that everybody else is in the same room. He's like, Marvin, you're all right. And he like goes up to him and just embraces him like he like almost, it's almost as if he just hasn't seen him in like forever. And he's just like, I'm so sorry. I should have just cut the rope. I'm sorry. And he's just still holding him.
He like looks down at a Sapphire, like as he's being hugged. He goes, "You shot me with a laser earlier."
That was an accident. I'm sorry. I hope you'll forgive me.
Yeah. I don't know what I need to do right now. I don't know. Where's Mythos? Where is he?
I don't know. I think he was. Where is he? Are we in the same room with the altar, by the way?
No, you're not.
You're all
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
the building, all the devastation,
Right.
everything from that fight has been fixed.
Right.
You are mended.
Mhm.
All of this is mended. But the price is Mythos is unconscious on the slab. Not
Right.
Sapphire.
So we're not in the House of Mysteries anymore.
No, you're in that
Yeah.
in a repaired
That's-
office building.
Mhm.
Hey, like, and then now it just dawns on him. He's like, wait, but everything was broken earlier.
Mythos fixed it.
Wait, he did? How?
How did he?
And my arm is back. How did he? Oh no!
Oh no! He did not.
We gotta go back to the House of Mysteries.
I don't
We gotta-
think there's anything that we can do for him right now. I think we need to leave him with Hell Warden. He's in good hands with Hell Warden. There's nothing that we can do for him. I'm gonna walk over to the remains of the robot or drone or whatever the heck it is. And is there any indication it can still hear us?
Oh, it's disintegrated at this point.
Yeah, it's just gone. It's dust. It's barely parts.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So that guy was a robot the entire time?
Yeah, he was.
Hmm,
Some robot.
weird.
Who was that kid?
I
Who
don't
was
know.
that kid
know.
that ran off?
I don't know. I never got his name. I think Mythos. I don't know.
I mean, he helped me out early. I
Yes.
gotta thank him.
Yeah. We should find him.
We should.
I think you need
Yeah.
to rest, Marvin.
Yeah, I do. He's trying to he tries to stand. This is the first time you've probably ever seen him visibly shaken, because this is a guy who can take a hit from an oncoming train and walk it off. This is the first time you've seen him shook. Like, he's like shook to his core. Yeah, I need to. I gotta go.
Yeah, you should take it easy, Marvin. I'm gonna see if I can go find that other guy. And so Sapphire like takes off into the. Oh, yeah.
Sapphire, thank him for me. All right.
I will. And he like takes off into the sky, and like tries to get like a bird's eye view for where Captain Power might have gone.
And Marvin like leaves the office building, and as soon as he gets outside, he instantly calls Isla's phone. That's like the first thing he does.
I can't answer it. And I probably don't even have it on me.
Like he's like, as soon as it like goes to voicemail, he's like, I don't know if you can, if I just, damn it. And he like takes his phone and he crushes it in his hand. And he's clearing the angry condition because he just broke his phone, which is like his connection to everyone. And with that, he just walks off into the night.
Excellent. Captain Power, where do you find yourself in the aftermath of this fight?
I think Captain Power, ran a short distance away and kind of slipped down a fire escape into an alleyway. And he's standing there, and we see the little pant word bubble above his head. And then he yanks his helmet off and he throws it against the wall. He says, "Damn it! Why'd you pick me?" And he's like staring down at this helmet on the ground. I didn't want this. I'm just a kid.
And you feel that familiar rumble rolling up the alleyway.
I stick a boot in my helmet and then flip it up and kind of catch it and stick it on my head really quick.
And Tremor rolls up. Kid, I didn't think you'd be going out that fast. What happened out there?
And Captain Power adopts a posture that was very clearly drawn earlier this issue. And he has his hands behind his back and he's kind of shuffling awkwardly behind him. Hello, Mr. Howard. I mean, Trimmer. Hey.
Kid, are you okay?
And we kind of get a long panel and we see like the scorch marks from Sapphire Sirius's, I called him Star Sapphire and I'm very sorry.
It's all right.
Sapphire Sirius's energy blast kind of scorched across his chest. He's like, I'll be fine.
Don't look super fine.
Yeah. And I like kick at a rock and send it ricocheting off a trash can.
What happened out there?
I saw some bad guys. I jumped in and tried to do the superhero thing, but it's just the same as last time. I'm not this, and he like gestures to the belt buckle. This, and he gestures to all of him. I'm not made for this, and I don't know why I found the Chroma Matrix. I don't know why it chose me, because I'm not good. I'm not good at any of this. I'm not good at being good. And those other heroes, they were kicking ass and saving the day, and I was making it worse.
Adam, you think anybody's good when they start this crap out? It's not about being perfect from the word go. You gotta learn. You gotta learn how to do stuff before you're perfect at it. Nobody's asking for you to do everything right the first time. They're asking that you do good, that you make the most of what you got. I don't know why the Chrome Matrix chose you. I don't know why you got to be Captain Power and it didn't go to somebody else. But you got it. You're stuck with it. So you're damn well going to learn how to use it. Sure, you may not be the same as every other hero running around. But you got heart. And you can make something work with that.
Thanks, Mr. Howard. I mean Trimmer.
Just don't say that in front of anybody else, okay?
He does like a salute with solid hands. Yes, sir.
Alright. So where are these other heroes?
He like looks down the alley. I think that building, although it looks a lot less destroyed than it did.
Freaking magic people.
That was magic?
I'm guessing it was magic given we're in Sunset City. It could have been Chrononauts or, maybe one of the damage control crews got out there really fast, but I really don't think that's the case. Anyways, go back. Talk to them. Yeah, were they like you? Were they kids?
Yeah, although one had a very brusque adult energy.
Somebody older than their years can do that sometimes. Just go back, talk to them, get a little time in, get to know the other people that fight to save the city. Learn from them. You can learn something. Something I can't teach you.
Yes, sir, Trimmer. And as Adam or Captain Power goes to leave, he says, "Oh, by the way, Brandon has Spanish homework. He said he wasn't going to do it, but I just want to let you know. Don't tell him I told you." And then Captain Power jumps out of the alleyway.
Snitching on my son. Rude.
He's my best friend. What am I supposed to do?
And Trimmer will rumble off into the night to make sure that there's no other aftermath from the havoc that was caused. Sapphire, as you are flying around the area trying to see, you see Captain Power heading back towards the building.
And yeah, that's when he just sort of swoops down like, "Oh, there you are. I was looking all over for you. Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, I really appreciate you helping us out back there. The other guys want to talk to you too. We're all sort of hanging out in that building over there. It was destroyed, but we've kind of got a theory as to how it just instantly got repaired. But we're all waiting for you in there. Come on, let's go." And he beckons for him as he leads him back toward the building.
And Captain Power pauses for a moment, and we see a little word bubble. "You're waiting for me?"
Yeah, we're waiting for you. Come on.
And then Captain Power takes off after Sapphire Sirius.
And so, Sapphire goes back into the building with the rest of the guys. Guys, I found him.
I think probably before you guys get back, Party Crasher and Hussar have a moment.
Let's do that.
After Marvin storms off, Elodie looks at. "And where have you been tonight, Angel Babe?" "'Cause you weren't where I thought you'd be."
Yeah. I wasn't where I thought I'd be either. These secrets are getting hard to control.
You really think that's a revelation for me? I work with the Fae.
I don't know if it's safe anymore for me or for him.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket and I'm gonna pull out the crushed remains of the fob. And I'm gonna put them in her hand.
Yeah? Or explain.
Secrets are going to destroy us all. Every last one of us. Something wanted him bad enough that they needed to take me out of the picture to get to him. If I hadn't been here, I don't know where he'd be right now. I don't know why me. I don't know why they didn't try to take Mythos out of the picture. Because clearly he was the one who fixed it.
I'm glad you were here.
I need you and all of them to know that there is no price I would not pay to make sure that I'm here every time. There's nothing they can buy me with.
I know I can't read you, but right now I believe you. Thank you.
Tell him. Or I will.
I've been lying too long. You would really tell him?
There is one reason and one reason only why I haven't told him. Up to now. And that's because of a promise I made you. And honey, there's a lot of deals that I'm breaking.
I kind of just drop the crushed fob and I'm like, I guess we'll see.
I guess we'll see.
And that's probably about the time Captain Power and Sapphire come running in. Oh, new kid's back.
New kid.
Hey, I'm Captain Power.
You got another name?
Underneath the mask, his eyes go wide. Nope, just Captain Power.
All right.
I look at Elodie and I'm like, see? Comes with the job.
Depends on the employer. I'm Elodie, otherwise known as Party Crasher.
Right, and I'm Sapphire Sirius, but you could just call me either Sapphire or Sirius, whichever you prefer.
I call him Gemstone, and I wink.
And he just sort of blushes.
How does a crystal blush?
Yes,
Sparkles.
like it's
Just
Full
glows
on
brightly.
so like his cheeks turn into rubies.
It literally lights
Beachy
up.
Sparkle.
Yep, nothing but sparkles.
Yeah.
Hey, your arm is better back.
Yeah, I know. It must have been the same. Again, like we have a theory as to how everything got fixed. I'm just hoping it's not as bad as we think it is. But yeah.
Cool. So, are y'all like a team thing?
Yeah,
I guess
we are.
you could call us
I guess you
that.
could say that. They call us the Mythfits.
Calls us that,
Ooh.
really?
Yeah.
That's such a. Is that supposed to be a pun off of Mythos' name? Really?
Hmm.
Gosh.
I could probably feel a little bit of the guilt and stuff falling off of Captain Power. So I'm just gonna walk over and kind of put a hand on his shoulder and be like, let me take some of that off your shoulders. It gets really heavy after a while, and you'll just feel a little bit of release of that annoyance off of you. You did good. We needed the extra help. Obviously, because I wasn't doing my job.
Well, thanks. I guess.
I'm Hussar, by the way.
Captain Power. I've already said that.
Nice to meet you, Cap.
I'm gonna give the ring a rub. Julian, how's he looking?
He'll be up and going soon enough. How did you get this number?
You know how.
Gross.
I think I have something I have to go deal with, and
Handle your business, girl.
I'm just gonna. Nice to meet you, Captain Power. Then I'm just gonna take off and head home. See if I can go back to in the Isla gear.
We'll see if we can find that way back.
Mhm.
Anybody else have anything before we shift gears?
So what was that? All those dino people, big men things. And where's the dude with the cape and the red doors? And where's the dude that was inexplicably angry?
Well,
The dude who was angry went to go walk it off. The dude with the cape pulled our asses out of the fire and is getting put back together.
Oh.
and the dino guys, I thought they were lizard men, but they're not the lizard men I was thinking about.
You know multiple lizard men?
Oh, there's a bunch of them in space.
Okay,
They're
we got a
very
lot to show
dangerous.
you. If they are what I thought they are, they're distant cousins of our angry friend.
Captain Power is trying to do math in his head.
What I mean by that is they were concocted in a library. Excuse me. A laboratory.
Oh.
It's been a long night, okay?
That totally made it to print.
It did. It's fantastic.
Let's...
I thought they only made magical beings in the library at the House of Mysteries.
Oh, that's where the red doors were.
Okay, you've been inside. That's good. Okay. Sapphire, you want to carry him or should I? Because I think we need to go back.
Yeah, I'll take him from here. Come on, and he sort of picks him up. And it's in a very awkward way too, because he just sort of holds him it's like a reverse fireman carry. Because he's not entirely sure the most comfortable position for a human to be carried in.
Pick
He
your
just sort of
poison.
clumsily-
Piggyback your princess.
Can't I just run? I mean, where are we going?
You can't fly.
No, I guess I can't.
Flying's faster.
Okay. And then I just drape myself over Sapphire Sirius's shoulder.
Yeah, and then we both just take off.
Take off. We see a wide panel of them descending in front of this old Victorian style manor, touching down at the worn steps. I just wanted to describe that panel because I've seen it many times before.
Normally the door would creak open for you. It does not this time.
Julian, you still in there? Open up.
Wow. A lot of demands getting made tonight on my time. Not like I'm not doing anything else. You know.
I'll get you a favor later.
Now there's a bargain. And the door creaks open.
I run my hands through my mohawk, which is come undone now, and the ends are singed. I need a new jacket.
And you are able to walk inside.
How's he looking?
I've seen worse. I've seen him in much better condition, though, too. He pulled on the threads.
The threads?
The threads of reality. You know how much it takes to do that? What it does when you do that?
No, not really.
So imagine the universe, the multiverse even. This isn't just universal stuff. This is the multiverse itself. This is today, tomorrow, yesterday, and all the other possible today, tomorrows, and yesterdays in this giant web of causality.
Giant web? Are you talking about, like, quantum strings?
Sure, if you want to couch it like that. But what he just did is he rewove the tapestry. He unraveled some of it, and then he put it back together in a different configuration.
He can do that?
We can do that, yes. But the reason you don't do that too often is because if you do it the wrong way, or you do it too many times the wrong way, reality starts to fray and fracture and can undo a lot of things that we don't want undone. I didn't think he was able to do it yet. It'll be good. It'll be really good. All right. Let's wrap this up. I have got a seventh Lord of the Pit that is trying to claw its way back out from the outer reaches. And if I don't deal with it, it's gonna make whatever happened here look like a talent show. Kenzor Taramantakek Malakana. And energy flies from his fingertips into Mythos's chest.
No.
What did we learn today?
Are you talking to me, or like the four other me's right now?
I'm talking to you, because you're the only one I'm looking at. And I expect, like, if you actually look around the room, there are actually a couple other foggy mythoses kind of wandering around doing other actions.
Don't do rule number 73. Don't practice magic while in distress.
Because when you draw upon the chaos, while you're in chaos,
Bad things will happen. Oh.
I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad something bad didn't happen, or something worse didn't happen.
He just takes a quick scan of who's here. And then, like, all the pain's gone. And he is immediately in a bit of a panic.
Marvin's okay. Isla's okay. They're taking a walk and cooling their heads.
Good,
They're
because it
fine.
could have erased them from all of reality in every single
No.
timeline.
No.
I would be a lot less pleased if that happened.
This you would be less pleased.
Yes, there are a couple of me that would be downright giddy at the prospect. But that's not me. I'm me. You're you.
Still figuring that out.
You're gonna reel it back in real fast. Otherwise, it's gonna get real messy in there.
It's already messy. And there's a panel that cuts to the picture of him and Orchid. He's fading out of the picture.
Oh no.
Okay, I think I can see them. Alright. That me can go peep on their conversation. I'm gonna go and have a rest.
You do that.
By the way, you did good.
Oh, me? Oh,
Just don't go through any red doors.
I got my eye on him, bud. Don't worry.
And he gets a couple of steps away and then just like collapses on a nearby couch. There's a little dust cloud that comes off of him.
Well, are you going to stick around? Do I need to make tea for 5, or am I just going to do the simple thing?
do you have any cola?
This is a proper house.
Oh, sorry. Diet cola?
Oh, this kid's a hoot. Can I get Earl Grey hot? Little sugar, please. Thank you.
I will see what I can find.
You're a peach, Julian.
Favor.
I think the stuffed bear, not the taxidermied bear is holding on to a Diet Cola currently.
Let's see. You drink Kirby?
I mean, I guess.
Really? Because I've never heard of it. But whatever.
It tastes like Diet Root Beer and Diet Coke had a baby.
And it's several like bright bubbles pop out of it. All right. And we're going to shift back to the last part of the night. Isla! You get back home without much incident.
Is Marvin there, or is he still walking?
So when Isla gets back to her place, she would have gotten a note. She would have heard from her Grammy that Marvin came by with a note left for her.
Okay. Can Jadwiga, let me have that, please.
Wouldn't even take a pierogi when I offered it. It's the worst.
Y- He's having it's bad. Thank you. And I just go upstairs. And before I read the note, I take off all the hussar gear. And then I sit down on the bed and I read the note.
It says, "Hey, I broke my phone. I'm really sorry. I'm taking a trip for a bit. I don't know. I'll be back probably in a couple of days. I'll make sure I have a new phone by then." And that's it. And it says, "Oh, wait. I'll make sure I have a new phone by then. Keep yourself safe, all right? Marvin."
And can I do like one last thing real quick? So like it just goes to a scene with like a little bit of a flashback scene where, before they, all go back to the House of Mysteries, Sapphire like finds like the scrapped mess of Marvin's phone that he like sort of threw, and he puts it in like his pocket. And now it's like zooming in back to the present, and Sapphire is like repairing the phone, but he's like putting all these like these like weird sort of like little bits and pieces of stuff in it. And once he finally like puts it back together, he taps it, and the screen like releases a hologram out of it and it says something like Star OS V5 and like I think he'll be pretty happy with this.
And you see after the panic, you see Marvin on his bike, and you see him at the sign that says Sunset City Limits as he's driving out of the city.
Oh, got a full hit. Nice.
And I am marking off the insecure because he took a foolhardy action without talking to the team.
Excellent. And I think that is the perfect place to end this issue of Sunset City. Well, that certainly went some places. I had some idea of where it might have gone, but as always, you managed to surprise and amaze everyone. Let's go back around the horn, talk to everybody, get some plugs in, and so this time we're going to go ahead and start with our wonderful guest, David, having portrayed Captain Power. Thank you for coming along on this ride with us, David. How are you doing tonight?
First of all, thank you so much for having me. This was a blast. I think y'all have a really great thing going here. I love the creative vibe and the energy. Y'all are good, and this is a good thing that y'all are doing. I am at Mr. Banana Socks on Twitter. I also have 2 podcasts that I'm part of. I'm the host of the Misconceptions podcast, a City of Mist RPG, another powered by the Apocalypse game, but it is a investigative noir story set in a modern day city that follows reincarnated fairy tales and legends. We're on Twitter. I like it. I'm not going to brag about it, but Misconceptions Pod. Check us out. iTunes, YouTube, Google Play, wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm also a part of the Sins of the Father podcast, which is a D&D podcast that follows 4 adolescent children searching for their missing fathers. Lots of good role playing, lots of tender moments, and our editor does a great job, and it feels more like an audio drama than it does a role-playing actual play podcast, and she is great at what she does. But again, thank y'all so much for having me.
Absolutely.
I had a blast.
Fantastic. And one last thing before we move on from you. I'm establishing as tradition here on Sunset City.
Yes.
We have our next coming issues. So, for you, what is the cover for next week's Tremor that's coming out?
Okay. So the next issue of Tremor. Oh gosh. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about what it would be, but I have no idea now. But I think there is maybe. Oh, I got it. There is a shot from two sides of a door, and we see Brandon on one side of the door hammering on it, and on the other side of the door is Terrence Howard changing into his Tremor outfit, and then in the background behind Brandon, you see Adam kind of running out the door, also putting on his Captain Power outfit.
Awesome. And is there any sub caption or anything like that for this, or is that it?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to. Sometimes that one can speak for itself.
Yeah, I don't think that one needs a caption.
Excellent. Love it. Next up, let's go over to Corey. Having done wonderfully, maybe not the best Night of Sapphire, but an excellent Night of Sapphire nonetheless.
Yes, never a dull moment with this guy. But yeah, this is once again, you ran an awesome game, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. Yeah, and also Captain Power, Adam, you did excellent too. This was just one of the best so far. I mean, it's just the second episode. We're already off to such a great start. I can't wait till the next time. Anyway, I'm Corey Sparks, also known as Hyperlight Sparks. You can find me on Twitter at Hyperlight Sparks with an X. And this is pretty much my main podcast at this point. So if you want to see any of my other stuff, you can check me out there on Twitter or just on here as well.
Awesome. And so now, normally we do, hey, what's your next issue coming out? But as we know, comic books come out monthly, and we already did Sapphire Sirius's thing. So what is another comic that is coming out in our line next week?
In our line, probably because I was thinking that it would be something involving that whole thing where remember what Mythos was talking about the Lady in the Lake, Arthur, and Queen Mab. Just this whole side story, meanwhile, involving Arthurian legends. It doesn't necessarily involve Sapphire himself in this particular situation, but it's just this spin-off comic of Queen Mab, and it just says it's a Mab world, and it's just her looming over all the Arthurian legends characters, and
there's an event going on involving Mab and the Arthurian people. Like there's the new Merlin and a Green Knight, as well as Black Knight has his own comic in this as well, because he actually is tied in.
I also just see Morgan Le Fay there with doing a full-on face palm.
I feel that whole comic is very like Jack Kirby's Fourth World kind of thing, where it's like it's their own established world, but it's part of this whole comic line, but it's its own established universe kind of thing.
Right.
It's one of those things where there's a regular crossover between Hell Warden and this, but that's the only place where the continuities touch.
That's it.
So far.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Hell Warden is friends with the new Merlin, but it's a thing. It's a point of contention because he could have been Merlin and he chose not to be. I feel like. But yeah, you have New Merlin, the Black Knight, the Green Knight, and bafflingly, Barry Pendragon.
Right. Oh, and the title for the comic itself would be something like New Camelot or something like that.
Okay. Excellent. Love this. Okay. We have Corey. Please, of course, follow Corey. They do all the art for this setup. They made the overlay, the nameplates. It's lovely. Please.
Wow, awesome job, Corey. I had no
Oh,
idea.
thanks.
This is great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Christy, playing the wonderful Hussar. How you doing?
I'm first of all apologize for the technical difficulties, but luckily it kind of played into basically what was happening because Isla was out. She was not able to handle the situation, didn't know how to handle it properly, so it worked out. I'm Polish Christy. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. This is what I do every other Sunday night. I join other one-shots here and there for encounter roleplay and other things, but this is my love. Matt's my hero. I will do anything for him. So, dude, Isla's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, she
Everything.
delivered some deep cuts this week without even trying.
It's her life, man.
It is what it is. So, what's the comic cover we got for this week for you? Something else out of our line.
Well, when Corey was talking about the other one, it actually gave me a really good idea to do almost like a historical reenactment comic of the very first Jadwiga and how she gained her powers and passing it down that bloodline. So my great ancestry, it's a genealogy basically.
So I'm seeing this as Jadwiga Bloodlines.
Yes.
Like
Where
Jadwiga's Bizarre Adventure.
Angel-
I think this is an introduced comic. I think this is issue 1.
Angel Warrior Beginnings.
There we go. And it's like this awesome glamour shot of Jadwiga in gosh. Was Jadwiga born here or did she come over from the old country?
No, Jadwiga would totally be first generation American or Sunset City. So yeah, she came over from Poland.
Okay. So it could have been her as a teenager. I like the idea of it being her in the back country of Poland.
I love this being a golden age comic. That's the styling. This is an entire retro comic that's being introduced after introducing this young hero. Here, you think this is cool? We'll show you cool.
And we get Darwin Cook to draw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, a bit of a budget gap there, but we'll make it work.
It's the first issue.
We can pull some strings. It's fine.
Fine. All right. Fantastic.
Ooh, and also, before I'm done,
yeah.
Thank you for coming. You did amazing. I'm so happy. Yes.
That's for you.
I know.
Thanks,
I
David.
wanted to say thanks. Okay.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Excellent. And you know him. You love him. The man, the mythos, Pope.
Hey everybody, Pope here. Pope World Bill on Twitter, Pope World Bill on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. We'll get to the plugs in a second. I adore this group. I adore this story. I adore this channel. I adore all of you out there who are joining us. David, thank you so much for being here, for bringing Adam, for bringing Captain Power and Tremor into our lives and into this cosmos that we are creating together. Thank you. Today was heavy, folks. Good grief. We're just in issue 3 of the comic, and hearts bleeding out on the floor, and it just gets juicier from here, folks. So on that note, if you want to see more of this silly face, be here Next Mythfits time, same Mythfits channel. See you there. Otherwise, next week, much earlier, 2 p.m. Eastern, if my memory serves correctly, I'll be over on Channel Other Doc for A Long Hot Summer, a Monster of the Week game, which I will be running. You've got 12 hours to go over either. I'm going to repost it on my timeline on Twitter. But if you're looking at Jim's channel, or go to jim.com and go for RPG signups, the form is there. We will be getting into it with some, well, if you know my history and you saw this episode, you know what I'm about. So with that tease out of the way, I just want to thank this amazing cast, David again, Matt, and all of you tuning in, whether you're watching live, on VOD, on YouTube, wherever you are, you're as much part of the story as we are. Thank you so much. Love you all. See you soon.
Excellent. And what is your teaser comic for this week, good sir?
Oh, yeah. No, we did Hell Warden previously.
Yeah.
And we already know what the next comic is. It's him like throwing down with that demon.
Mm-hmm.
But for a tangential comic, we're going to No Names.
Ooh.
This is a sort of rotating like 3-shot series.
An anthology setup going on.
Yeah, it's a random anthology which focuses on a character that you see in the panels whenever we go to the bar.
It's Tales from No Names. Oh, I love these.
This time we meet a character named Madrigal. This is somebody who shows up regularly in this outlandish classic Harlequin outfit. That is a time-traveling thief. In this issue, Da Vinci Doomsday Device is the subheader.
Oh, you know how to, you know what.
And on the cover, you see from Madrigal, like it's another split panel, like opening a door into No Names,
Mm-hmm.
while Da Vinci, with some sort of Renaissance equivalent of a ray gun, is chasing after her, firing this thing while she's holding up what can best be described as a box with a big red button on top, and coming into No Names.
You know just what to say to like set my brain afire with all of these things. It's gonna have to come up at some point. I might throw that into Returners because that's hilarious, and that's the sort of thing they would have to deal with. For those who don't know, I started an Adult Supers game actually in the past week, also set in Sunset City, starring a bunch of people who've come back from the dead and have to become superheroes. So the Returners, it's a home game, so you won't see it anywhere. It's just you'll hear references to it from time to time, and it's great. Anyways, fantastic. And also, Jim is a friend of the channel. Please give his stuff a follow if you get a chance. So always well and good there. Wally, playing Turbine. How you doing, buddy?
Let me tell you something. This was an episode. I did not expect all this to go all the way it did today. Hey y'all, it's your boy Wally. You can follow me on Twitter at Wally132, like the little tiny robot from the Disney movie. I really don't have anything else to plug except this. So hey, show up 2 weeks. We'll be back with more teenage superhero drama. But yeah, dude, Dave, thank you so much for bringing Captain Power to this. Like, he was such a breath of fresh air to this, because our team lacked that wisecracking character and he filled in that slot perfectly. And chef kiss. Thank you so much for bringing him to this and making him officially part of the Sunset City lore. But yeah, that's oh man, boy. Let me tell you something. This episode,
Yeah, we're gonna have some talks after this.
I did not expect it to go this way. I did not expect it to go this way.
Went a lot of places.
Yeah.
And what's your comic for this next week? What do you got?
So should it be next issue of Turbine or
No, we already did
another
Turbine.
comic in the line?
I need something else on the line.
Okay. So the next issue, another issue, it will be the Soul Brother annual. Soul Brother being the Superman of this universe. And the annual is so back in the early issues of Soul Brother, one of an early villain he fought was the Sun Eater, and is basically this creature that eats suns. And he fought it back, pushed back into a pocket dimension. But the Soul Brother annual is that the Sun Eater has come back, and it is much more powerful than he anticipated. And he's not going after our sun. He's going after Soul Brother, because Soul Brother is a walking sun.
Love it. The return of the Sun Eater.
Yeah, so you see, like, on the cover, you see, like, Soul Brother fighting the Sun Eater in the middle of, like, the splash panel, like up high above the earth, like, just fighting each other.
Dig it. Yeah. And last but ever not the least, Celeste, how are you doing?
Wow, this was this one. I really set the tone for this, didn't I? I really didn't expect to set the tone that well, but I just did, and it went in a direction. I'm Celeste PLS with way too many underscores on Twitter. This was a night, and I really enjoyed it, and I always have this way, I feel like, of walking the line between non-involvement and pulling away from the group, and then getting pulled right back. It's like Party Crashers constantly be like one of those stretch dolls, constantly being pulled in two directions, going her own way or staying with the group. And one of these days, she's just gonna snap.
I do so love teasing and seeing how much I can stretch that thing before we get to that point. So what's the comic for next week?
Oh, next week's comic. I think I'm feeling a little bit of Nightwatch action. Nightwatch being a character that was literally on Nightwatch, and she was struck by lightning, and now she's a technomancer of sorts. And her nemesis, as it were, is a deaf hacker named KNSO. And she is a gambler, and she is a criminal, and she likes to fight dirty. So I would love to see a little Nightwatch versus KNSO. I think that would be fantastic.
Is it a hack off?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, you know it is. And there's lots of shade to be thrown. Sugar skulls going up on the screen.
Excellent. Love this. Oh my gosh. And now we finally come down to it, to the end of things. Hi, I'm Matt. You can find me on Twitter at @TheKillerGM. That's at @TheKillerGM. I write about all sorts of gaming stuff, other various things. I'm here every other Sunday running this, trying to ride herd over these crazy people and figure out what they're going to do next. This went some places that I did not expect it to go, but holy hell, was it a ride, and I am so glad that you were all here for it with us. Those of you watching, those of you on the VOD, on YouTube, catching us after the fact, and of course our special guest, David. You absolutely brought it as Captain Power. So happy to have you here making it work and bringing a whole new perspective to this series of events, and looking forward to seeing your stuff going forward. And you know, I think we might see Captain Power again at some point soon. We'll see what happens. If nothing else, you catch him on the pages of Tremor. Otherwise, I do have a guest spot coming through in The Witcher Family of Race, which has moved over to Laugh Love Lindy on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm not certain if we're back this week or the next week, but keep an eye out on the Twitters for that. As soon as I know, you will know as well. And yeah, we were left in a bit of a situation with about 20 armed thugs coming to kill us on the side of a mountain. So we'll see how we get out of that. Could be fun. And otherwise, that's it for right now. I have some other stuff coming through soon. We'll talk more about that once we have the time. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. Again, be safe, be good. And, you know, there's only one thing left to say as we wind things down for the night. But I do have that lovely little post-credit scene I have to give you all, don't I? Because what comic issue isn't complete without a nice little stinger after all the advertisements? We come back to this bank of monitors with all these different shots of the Mythfits during tonight's fighting. It seems I tugged on the wrong string. All I have to do is find the right one, and I'll get what I want. And you see this row of several of these suits of armor starting to fire up. And then we cut to another place. A place where there is this bubbling bottle. And you hear, "The Dinotypes were a failure. It appears, Doctor, your experiment will have approval to proceed." And that is where we will end tonight's story. And as we always say here, with the Killer GM, you can bet your life on it. Take care, friends. Good night.